This is Deborah Watkins, aka Auntie Deb, and I am so excited today. Let me tell you, this episode today is just, I'm honored right now. I'm honored. I'm actually interviewing one of Charlotte's finest. She's homegrown, born and raised, all right? Now, as you know, I am a certified Christian life coach, and I'm also the author of the book From Mediocre to Marvelous, Get Out of Your Rut and Live a Fulfilled Life. In one of the chapters in my book, I talk about personal power. I talk about the different attributes of personal power. And so some of the attributes that I talk about is friendliness, listening, authenticity, talents and skills, courage, humbleness, flexibility, information, expert power, and connection power. Now, this beautiful young lady sitting next to me today, she exemplifies one of those personal powers, and I'm not going to say which one it is. Okay? I want her to say it. Okay? I'm going to see if she's going to say it, because I know why I attend one of the best line dance classes in Charlotte, North Carolina. You see, I have my shirt on. 704 line dance. And it's phenomenal, I'm telling you. Now, there's a lot of line dance classes in Charlotte. Let me just say that. But this one is special. This one is special. And she has quite a following. Quite a following. Now, this young lady, we call her Miss T. All right, she is the founder and the head instructor of 704 Line Dance. And I am honored for her to be here today. Now, let me ask you, how long did it take you to get to where you're at with this line dance class?
So I've been teaching line dancing, I would say this is going on year 4.5. So I started out teaching line dance as part of just a recreation type program when I worked for Mecklenburg County. And so I just did it. I loved it. Nothing that I was required to do. But I genuinely just loved working with the seniors, teaching them line dance. And they were line dancing already. And then one day they were like, Miss T, can you find us some new line dances? And so they were doing all the same line dances. And so I just decided to, I started just looking up some. And then I've always kind of been line dancing all my life, right? Not to the level that I'm doing it right now. But I've always line danced. And so when I got into it with my seniors, I just kept doing it. And then it eventually, once I transitioned out of that job into something else, everybody's like, when are you going to start doing your own thing? When are you going to start doing your own thing? So eventually I did my very first class before I officially became 704 Soul Line Dance, I was just operating under line dancing with Miss T. Okay. So that was March 1st, 2025. Okay. Literally Saturday at a 5 p.m., little small studio. We had a sold out class. I think it was like 45 people. And then within 2 weeks, we needed a bigger space, and the rest is history. And here we are now.
Let me tell you something. If you don't get registered, honey, you will not get in class, okay? Okay, it is huge. Now, approximately how many people do you have on a Saturday morning?
So it depends, right? On a low day, low number day, 70.
Wow.
But when we're pushing towards a high number, we can easily hit 100, 115.
It always looks like 100 to me. Okay,
yeah, it always feels like 150. It's so hot in there.
Okay, so now, line dance class is a phenomenon all over the country. And I'm from Buffalo, New York originally, and we do it down there. We line dance down there. And when I moved to the DMV for 3 years, I found a class, in the DMV. But this one is special. Now, Why do you think, because now you started with seniors, so I didn't know that. So why do you think people are so drawn to your class?
Oh, that is so hard. I feel like I try to be authentic, right? You mentioned authenticity earlier, and I try to be authentic. Like, I get up there and I just be me. I make mistakes. I set the ground rule. I set the foundation from the beginning to let you know, like, I'm probably going to make some mistakes. I always make sure I have my rules that I quote unquote have in class. My rules are have fun. I always tell people to remember I am my only competition. I will go at my own pace, and no judgment is allowed. I like to say no judgment up in here, because I want people to walk in and feel like they are, whether it's their first time or their 100th time, they are welcomed. Because we all started somewhere. And line dancing, whatever your reason is for line dancing, is it fitness? Is it community? Is it family? Is it I want to learn more? Whatever your reason is, I want everybody to come in and just mix and mingle and have a good time and not feel uptight.
Well, let me tell you something. All the things she just said, okay? Fitness, community, family, you feel all of that. You feel all of that. I came in and I knew no one. First day, people were speaking, they were, embracing, it's just, but, I say things come from the top. They flow down, all right? So, our sage, our famous sage, Maya Angelou, says this. She says, people will forget what you said, right? I know you know this. People forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them
feel.
So, the attribute that I feel she displays, which is a personal power, is friendliness. And we take friendliness for granted, because we think friendliness is just, everybody's friendly, but that's not true. And there's an art to it as well. Now, there's something that you do in the beginning of the class. What's that thing that you do in the beginning of the class?
So you mean my class mantra?
Not the mantra.
Okay.
After you got the mantra out the way.
Okay.
Can you think of it?
Oh my gosh. Is it like, so now I'm trying to get in before I can. Before we start class, are you saying when I just go around and greet people and say hello?
She does that.
Okay.
She does that.
Oh my gosh, you got me really thinking like, okay, so I got the mantra out of the way. We do the warm up. I'm not sure. What do we?
She asked who's
yes
from out of town.
Yes.
Right.
Who's from out of town? Any first timers to just our class, and then maybe you have people who are genuinely first timers to line dancing. So I ask that, and then I'll say, well, maybe within that group, maybe you're new to class, but you're not new to line dancing. Because it kind of gives me an idea who I have in the room.
Right.
Yes, and I also let them know, like, you're part of family. All you got to do is walk in the door. You belong to me now.
Right. And she, now, when she does, ask the people in the class, who's from out of town, and then she says, well, where are you from, right? And people, they proud of where they're from. So people like, I'm from Atlanta, and then the class claps. We have those fans now, so everybody's like, pow, 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 pow. And then she'll, somebody, I'm from Georgia, and everybody claps and yells, and and then even when she says, are you new, are you a first timer, again, people clap and yell. I mean, so it's not just a line dance class, it's an event. It's a community. People feel welcome, they feel loved. She goes around, she works the room. She goes around, she works the room. And it's just awesome. It's awesome. And so I was thinking so hard, because I've been doing these interviews now, trying to find people who fit the attributes, that I talk about. And it hit me, when I was in class one day, and I was like, she's good.
Well, thank you.
She's good. And she has that because it's kind of hard to people are probably thinking like, well, what do you mean by friendliness as a personal power? Give me an example of what that looks like. And so what it looks like is exactly what you do. You make people feel welcome. My t-shirt, I think I might have been maybe the third class, second or third class. She was like, I got all these t-shirts. Who want a t-shirt? I'll just put them here. Whoever wants one. And I just got here and I got me a t-shirt.
Yeah, I forgot you did get a shirt that day. I had so many of them, and then I'm just like, I can't use them. I'm not going to give them to Goodwill. I'm like, I'll wash them. You'll take them home, maybe wash them again. But I'm like, I got people in class that can have my shirts.
Look, I snatched mine. I was like, what? Yes.
And you got purple for royalty. I love it.
Yes. I love that class. And when I missed, this is one of the big ones, right? And so I have these grandbabies. I babysit one of them. She got me sick. You know how when kids get you sick, right? And so I missed class. I was so hurt. I was like, oh. But, she took care of me. But now you did something phenomenal last weekend.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
So we performed at Taste of Charlotte, and I just threw it out there for anybody the only requirement is you had to have dance with us at least 3 classes, and you had to have a t-shirt. But other than that, we got on stage, we danced. I definitely tried to just make sure I shared my love for line dancing with the community, and that's exactly what we did. Someone from our class even said to me afterwards, she said, really, we didn't even perform. We just had class and everybody got to witness it. And I was like, that is true. Like, there were people up there that were first-timer performers. They were nervous, but they were like, I'm up here with my dance family. And we performed in front of the city of Charlotte, and it was a truly amazing experience.
Now, was that the first time?
So we did last year. Last year was our first time.
Okay.
Last year was our first time. It got the number of people we had last year. We had about 10, 15 more this year. So it grew so much that the stage was rocking, literally. I was so scared, but we had a great time up there.
I mean, you and I said, I can't believe I'm missing this one. It's like, are you kidding me? Because I had a previous, engagement. I couldn't get out of it. And so I was like, And but I watched the videos, and I was like, okay, look at my people up there. They do what they say, Now, and here's the other thing. She is so good that now she has little branches coming out of her. She has branches coming out of her. So besides going to her class on Saturday, I also attend a class on Thursday evening, and that's taught by one of her students. And I thought that was just so wonderful that you would turn over your class to someone.
Yes, and so Marcus came to us maybe not quite a year ago, but close to it in the summertime. I remember he registered and he came. He didn't know anybody in class, and I remember he even joked with me a few weeks ago and said, I just wanted to learn boots on the ground, and look at me now, right? But I also am I like to create a type of environment, so I'm very friendly, and I'm very, I want people to feel warm, but if I pass on the torch to somebody, I feel like they got to take it. You're going to do things your way, but overall, I want the environment to feel the same.
Yeah.
So I made sure that when I thought about like who can take on this true beginner class, get people where they need to be, but still from the first time they walk in, make them feel like they're family, Marcus was that person. So now we offer a true beginner class for people that are wanting to start over, or start, I should say. We have an intermediate class on Wednesday that is for us that are leveling up, not professionals. We're leveling up. We want to travel a little more. We want to increase our line dancing game, so to speak. So we do have intermediate, and then we have the Saturday class. So while we do have 3 classes, there are 3 different options for your taste. But I genuinely love that we are growing in that aspect, but still trying to make sure we do things the 704 Soul way. Because if you come into a class and you don't feel welcome, then you might as well not even come. And I might as well not even have class.
Oh, I see that. Now that's just so beautiful, right? That is so beautiful. So I went Thursday, this past Thursday for the first time. Yeah, first time. And I brought a friend of mine.
Okay.
And she loved it.
Okay.
Thank you. She said, "Oh my God, I just love class." We had a ball.
Good,
we had a ball
good.
at class. And so she's coming out of knee surgery. She just 8 months.
Oh wow.
But she was able to, keep up with the class. And she said, "I just felt so much better, She said, once I went to that class, I just, felt, because she's been sort of like a little down and, in a rut and everything. And so, she said, the class, she said, oh, it just rejuvenated me, So I'm telling you, if y'all missing out, that's all I can say, is you're missing out.
Yep, and it's good to hear what your friend said, because I always say, well, a lot of us leave our troubles temporarily. Sometimes we can leave them there, but sometimes we put them to the side for an hour, hour and a half, depending on how long the class is. So you never know what somebody is carrying when they walk in. That person that is smiling and spinning and dipping and doing all of that may have a load on their back that you don't know. So that's why I always say we got to be kind to people. And when you said earlier, from the top down, I do appreciate that, because I always say, whoever is the leader can control, not all the time, I won't say control, they can facilitate the environment. So do you want to facilitate an environment of hate, or an environment of judgment, or an environment or negativity? Or do you want to say, this is where we are, this is how it's going to be, everybody is welcome, we want positive energy in here. No negativity, positive stuff.
Yes, honey, it's positive. Let me tell you, we have a ball in that class. It's very diverse. That's the other beautiful thing about it. You'll see every ethnic group in that class. And she has little, what do you call them? She has little point people in the class.
So we now call them 704 Soul Line Dance Ambassadors.
Yes. And they will help you. They're out there in the class, they're strategically. And so if they see something, they're not going to let you struggle. They're not going to let you feel, they're not going to let you feel lost, and alone in the class. So they'll come up to you and they'll, help you along in the class, because we, once people learn the steps, then we keep going. We don't stop. She teaches us in the beginning the steps, and then we, at some point you have to start. So we start the dance and we do the dance and we're going through it. And, repetition is what helps you. But if someone's still struggling, they don't want the person just to stand there, for the whole dance or the whole class and just feel lost. They get discouraged. So the little minions come around and they stand next to you and they help you along. And I think that is so wonderful. So
do you want to know a secret about our ambassadors? That was literally nothing that I put in place myself. I think the environment just facilitated that with the people. And so the name ambassador came after the people just started doing their thing. And it's always the same people. So now we do call them the ambassadors, and I celebrate them when I can. But it's definitely something that I didn't put in place myself. They just kind of took that role on, and here we are. And I love that, because that's the environment that I wanted. I wanted people to come in and feel welcomed. I had two ladies from out of town this weekend. They were from Orlando, and they came to class, and afterwards they were like, we were a little lost because we just didn't know. I feel like everybody knew all the dances. I said no, but some of them been dancing for a while, so they'll pick up on some. But they were like, even still, we had a ball because we were beginners and we didn't even feel like nobody was judging us. We just had a good time. We missed a lot of steps and everybody was still having fun. I was like, yes, that's what I wanted.
Yes. The Bible talks about, there's a verse in the Bible, I think it's in Isaiah, and he says, like people, like priests, right? And he says the people, they brought down the priests. Priests had gotten to wickedness. and he was like, the priest started following the people. So I think that's interesting that you said that the people, you know, they created the roles. And so
They surely did.
as leaders, that's what you do. Leadership. This is leadership. This is true leadership, because leadership, people follow you, right? They follow you. And that's the other thing too. Like, you can sell a product, you can sell a service, but people really buy you. You know, they really buy you. Because there's other line dance classes, you know, right? But I'm not really interested in them. And I don't have anything, you know, against them. And it's also a convenience thing. Like, if another class comes up and I'm able to go to it, you know, I'm not opposed to trying it.
Right.
But ain't nobody snatching me from 704. I'll tell you that right now. Okay.
And I tell people, because line dancing is a community across the country, right? I even tell people all the time, you know, you may like my class, you may not, but if you really want to get into line dancing, find something that works for you, because we go where we feel we are welcomed. We also go where we feel where things work for us. So I tell people, somebody told me once before, how are you going to sit up here and tell people that they should maybe find another line dance instructor? I said, well, I don't say it like that, but I tell them, go where what works for you. We all have different learning styles, and then support other people. That's what line dancing is all about, collaboration over competition. We're always going to like who we like, but that's just how it goes.
Love it. Now, you said something good. You said, well, this is one of the things that I noticed that I've also noticed in class is other instructors come to your class. They have classes and they come to her class. It's a community. You know, she said it's a community, and they all support each other. You know, that's the other beautiful thing, is they all support each other. And so, you know, you can go to the gym and you will never get this feeling, right? And here we are, we're working out. Cause I'll be burning some calories, okay? We be sweating up in there. We have our water, our fans going on. We are burning calories, okay? But we do not get the same, you're not gonna get the same feeling in the gym. You know, even in some classes, you know, it's like, but this is different. This is different. And so, Miss T, do you have any, I don't know, philosophical or, you know, anything special you want to say to the folks?
I would just say line dancing for me, one of the things that I've seen in comments recently, and it's crazy because I'm like, God's going to give you what you need when you need it. And he's also going to confirm things for you that you've been thinking. So I always say this thing is bigger than line dancing. And so I had a comment recently on a post, two actually, but one, somebody said, this thing is bigger than line dancing. And I say it all the time. I mean, some of us are fighting depression one step at a time. 5, 6, 7, 8 is a 5, 6, 7, 8 away from depression. Some people are fighting grief, right? So for me, I had a friend that always said, you never feel depressed after a workout. Not the first 30 minutes. Now afterwards, maybe. But the first 30 minutes, you feel good.
Endorphins.
Yes, those endorphins are running through, you feel good. So that's why I said it's bigger than line dancing. For some people, it's their fitness and wellness, like I said. For some people, there have been studies that have shown that line dancing is good for helping to lower your risk for Alzheimer's and dementia because of the brain and power and the mind-body connection. And for me, it's just, I have gotten to a space where it's hard for me to say it, but I listen to a lot of people. A lot of people say this is their form of therapy. This is the cheapest therapy they can get. And I know a lot of us truly, sometimes we genuinely need somebody to talk to, but in the meantime, pay your $12 and just come in, cheap form of therapy. And it's therapy for me as well.
Now, you just said something, you know, that came to mind as you were speaking, and it's purpose. right? It's purpose. So when we're operating in our purpose, when we're in alignment, see, you're in alignment right now. She's in alignment with her purpose, and our purpose is to serve others. It's really not for us.
Yep.
You know what you're doing is really not for you, right? And you know that. You know that. And you know all of the things that she just mentioned that you get out of this is because she's in alignment, right? She has discovered her niche. She's discovered her calling. This is a calling, all right? Yeah, she's teaching a line dance class, but as she said, is more to this than that. And that is basically what I'm advocating. You know, when I'm doing these talks, you know, when I wrote my book, what I do as a life coach, I want people to get in alignment with what they're supposed to be doing and what you're supposed to be giving out to the world. And so this is an example.
Thank you.
Okay, a great example of what happens when you're listening to the voice, right? You're in your purpose, and you love your purpose, right? And so I said this before, you know, in some of the talks that I do on Instagram, if you don't like what you're doing, if you don't like where you're at, that's not your calling. That's not your calling. And because this is her calling, she's doing it with excellence. All right?
Thank you.
We talk about excellence. She's doing it with excellence. So, Miss T, I am so honored.
Yes, I am too. Thank you so much. And when you said you are speaking to me right now when you talked about your calling. I have always been told growing up as a kid, you're going to be a teacher. You're going to be a teacher. No, I'm not going to be a teacher because teachers don't make any money. Went to college. Started off as a social work major. Then I switched to sociology. Came out, started working for a human services agency, and then eventually I started teaching a little bit at that agency. Then I stayed there for 10 years and I left, and then I was a teacher assistant for like 3 months, and then I got certified to become a teacher. I became a high school teacher. Absolutely loved it, but then the pandemic hit and some things changed, and so I exited from that position. And even still, I've always just still kind of taught, even in my next role. And then now here I am again teaching line dance.
Yes.
But then I also teach for our local community college as well. So I said that to say I realize I am a teacher, but it's my passion and I love it. And now I get to combine my love for dancing and teaching together. And I think that's why I love it so much. And I tell people, I just give you the basic steps. You got to put your own flavor, right?
Oh,
you know how we say it's not competition or anything, but if we're talking in reality, there are a lot of people in my class that if we want to say, they could probably dance circles around me, right? But I lay the foundation, you do your thing, and we all come together and have a great time.
Well, I hope that Alzheimer's part works. Okay? Because, look, I'm 67 years old, and it seems like I can't remember nothing. Okay? And even the line dance classes, I have to laugh at myself. I can't remember them. It's just too many. But you know what it is? I'm also not practicing. So I have to, what I'm going to have to do, because it's a system, I'm going to have to learn one dance completely, you know, really learn it. And then go to the next.
Yeah.
You know, I got to do it like that because, you know, right now, every time I go, I'm learning the steps over and over again.
I know, but it's 1,000 of them, so.
But I having fun.
that's all that matters, have fun.
Yes, I'm having fun. I mean, I want to know the little dance and everything, but I am just having a ball in this class.
Just have fun.
Yes.
Yes.
So thank you, Miss
Well, thank
T.
you. I'm truly honored when you messaged me, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's truly an honor. So thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, y'all. See you in the next one.
Bye.
Subscribe, comment, share. Okay, honeybees. Okay, I have so far 50-something subscribers. And I don't get any likes or comments. Okay, so I don't know. I see the views. Where the comments?